Welcome to this explainer. Today we're tackling something I think we've all struggled with: how to finally toss out those super rigid, robotic rules we all had drummed into our heads in school. We're going to dive into some absolutely fantastic insights from Alex and Charlotte over at Love English Lab. They've literally cracked the code on how to stop sounding like a walking dictionary and start speaking with, natural, effortless confidence. We're going to unpack the whole shebang: connected speech, rhythm, everyday slang, and the absolute power of just being confident. Okay, let's dive into this. Just listen to this authentic, real-world greeting between our guides. It goes like, "Hey, what's up?" "Not much, Alex. Just grabbing coffee. How about you?" Notice what's missing there? Yeah, no overly formal titles, no stiff, awkward phrasing. It's just light, it's easy, and it's 100% authentic. And honestly, that's exactly the goal we're aiming for. So if you've ever felt completely frustrated because the textbook English you learned doesn't match the English you actually hear in a coffee shop, well, consider yourself completely validated. Seriously, nobody actually answers a greeting with, "Hello, how are you? I am fine, thank you," right? Instead, real-life English sounds way more like, "Hey, how's it going?" or, my personal favorite, "just surviving." Swapping out those robotic phrases for these casual, everyday expressions is a real game changer. It instantly helps you blend right in and honestly, just feel way less nervous. A massive part of this natural flow is understanding a concept called connected speech. Now, you might expect a native speaker to clearly and perfectly enunciate, "Did you eat yet?" But in fast, everyday conversations, those words literally shrink and smash right into each other. It sounds so much more like yet. And this happens constantly. Going to becomes gonna. Recognizing these little vocal shortcuts is huge because it shows you that native speakers aren't actually talking too fast, they're just connecting their words. And this connected speech builds directly into the very rhythm of the language itself, because it turns out English isn't flat. Not at all. It has this sort of musical bounce to it. Think about a sentence like, "I want to go to the store." The main action words hit like a really strong musical beat, right? While the smaller connecting words just kind of shrink down into fast, soft background noise. Trying to give every single word the exact same power, that's what makes us sound robotic. You really just gotta embrace the beat. Now, you might be thinking that words like well, like, and are mistakes. Well, absolutely not. Alex and Charlotte point out something really interesting here. These fillers actually act as a secret code for a natural conversational flow. They buy your brain a crucial second to think about what to say next. And believe it or not, they actually make your speech sound significantly softer, much more approachable, and friendlier than those perfectly calculated, super rigid sentences. And this brilliantly illustrates another part of that secret code: everyday slang. If a concert is lit, well, it's amazing. Don't have any money? You're broke. Need to leave a party? You definitely don't say, "I must depart." You just say, "I gotta bounce." And at the end of the day, when you're finally tired, you're hitting the sack. Look, just sprinkling one or two of these casual little phrases into your conversation adds this instant, undeniable cultural authenticity. But it's not just about slang. The source material also highlights the sheer power of framing phrases. Simply starting a thought with, "to be honest," or "long story short," it's a total game changer. You really don't need highly complex academic vocabulary to sound fluent. These simple, supernatural frames do the heavy lifting, keeping your conversations moving along smoothly and politely. So, what does this all mean for you? How do we actually get these words to flow out quickly? Well, we have to train our brains to think directly in English. And the first actionable step here is so simple. Just narrate your morning routine out loud. Literally tell yourself, "I am making coffee." Second, you've got to break that habit of mental translation. It's just way too slow. And third, build your mental flexibility by paraphrasing. Blanked on the word umbrella? Hey, don't panic. Just say the thing you use when it rains. People will know exactly what you mean. Let's actually try a technique right now called shadowing. Take a standard phrase like, "What do you want to do tonight?" which naturally morphs into "what you want to do tonight." Seriously, pause this explainer for just a second, read that out loud, and try to mimic that fast, natural, everyday rhythm. Go ahead, give it a shot. Shadowing native speakers exactly like this, matching their specific music and their vocal shortcuts, is simply the absolute fastest way to hack your pronunciation. Which brings us to a massive fundamental mindset shift. Think about the stark difference between someone with absolutely flawless grammar, who is completely stiff, robotic, and nervous, versus someone who might be making a few mistakes but is using confident body language and flashing a warm smile. I mean, which person would you rather talk to? Exactly. Native speakers make grammar mistakes every single day. They just don't let it stop the conversation. And that leads us perfectly to our final, most important takeaway. Connection matters infinitely more than perfection. Your unique accent, it's a beautiful part of your personality, so celebrate it. The ultimate goal here isn't to sound like a dusty old textbook. It's to make friends, share your ideas, and genuinely connect with people. So, practice daily, embrace those little mistakes, and speak bravely out there in the real world. Because ask yourself this, are you learning English just to pass some written test on a piece of paper? Or are you learning it to actually experience the world?